Valley native and ASU graduate Nick Cartel is starring as Jean Valjean in the North American tour of Les Miserables. Cartel is also out with a new album. It's titled 1,000 Spotlights, and he'll be celebrating the new album with hometown concerts tomorrow and Saturday night at ASU Kerr in Scottsdale. We welcome Nick Cartel to Arizona Horizon. Hometown guy done good, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm trying. That's just what I will say. I'm trying.
You're trying very well. So let's talk about 1,000 Spotlights before we get too far afield here. This is kind of like more than a concert. You're doing some speechifying here too.
There is a full album. We are. So it is a full show tomorrow night. So you're getting a backstory, kind of as a love letter to theater. It is a love letter of my journey from starting here in the Valley to where I am now.
Where did you start in the Valley?
I went to Chaparral High School and graduated from Arizona State, but I grew up doing theater at like Valley Youth Theater and Grease Paint Theater and Stagebrush and Phoenix Theater. So I have my roots really are here in this community, and I just right out your door is Valley Youth Theater where I performed before. So that's really cool.
Well, a lot of kids perform and a lot of kids get into it and then they move out of it. When did you know that this is what I want to do?
The bug bit me when I went to see in 7th grade, we went to see a production of Cinderella in a field trip. And I grew up singing in church choirs and singing in the Phoenix Boys Choir here in town. But it was the first time that I saw actors and dancers and singers all putting together a show that was making people laugh, and they were enjoying it. And I was like, oh, that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
and the following fall, I auditioned for my first show at Valley Youth Theater, and history ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you know? I mean, again, a lot of kids get the bug, but when did you know you were pretty good at this?
It was probably when I was, in high school, and that I was like, okay, I know I can sing. That I've kind of known for a long time, is that I can sing. And then, I took a lot of classes, and I had a lot of trials and tribulations to get to where I am, but a lot of lessons that I learned along the way. And one of those lessons was, it's not right now. It's not a no, it's just not right now. And I think that if there is a student out there, if there is a kid out there that this is what they want to do, that sometimes it's just not right now.
Yeah.
It's not a no.
Oh, that's great advice. That's really good stuff, because a lot of people get stuck in there. Oh, geez, I don't know. Am I doing the right? If you really want it, again, maybe not now, but
maybe
stick
not
with
now.
it.
Exactly.
The album has Broadway, it has Disney, even has some jazz.
Yeah.
How did you select the playlist?
These are all songs that speak to me. These are songs that I love to sing. These are songs that the first time that I heard them sent goosebumps up and down my spine. And it is one of those things where they're all songs that I've either sung before or I've wanted to sing before, but also songs that represent parts of my life, where I am now in my career, and where I hope to go in the future.
Are there songs that you absolutely love and give you the chills, but it's not for you?
100%.
Yes.
100%. Yes. There's a lot of songs like that in the canon of musical theater and in the canon of pop singing and everything like that I go, that is a great song, but I cannot do that one.
But conversely, are there songs that you never really considered all that much, but you gave it a shot and went, whoa?
Yes, that too, 100%. And there's a lot of songs that, were on the, are kind of like on the floor right now that we didn't pick for the album, that hopefully down the road there will be another one coming out, and we'll add those songs on.
Very good, very good. I got to ask you about Jean Valjean or whatever. Everyone has different pronunciations for all.
But that's right, Jean Valjean.
Okay,
that's
very
perfect.
good. That's good enough.
You
all
got
right.
it.
What's it like to inhabit that character?
It is. First off, it's a dream come true to play such an iconic character and to get to take up that mantle every night, right? It is a huge responsibility in not only leading the show, but also in leading this company. So not something that I take lightly, but there is so much joy that I find in doing that role every night. And even now, after I've performed the role over 1,000 times, I still find new things in that role every single night when I step foot on that stage. Be it an audience is different. Somebody might react to something that I sing differently, and I catch an ensemble member out of the corner of my eye, and they're looking at me a little differently, and I go, oh, that's something different. So that's how I keep it fresh and continue to be able to perform, such an iconic character.
I was going to say, because it would seem to me like it would be a little bit difficult. You wake up, it's like, oh, I'm Jean Valjean again tonight. And so we got to do the same. But I guess it's, if, as you say, different stage, different crowd, different feeling. Live theater, that's what happens with live.
And that is the joy of live theater. And I think that, live theater was the first thing, when the pandemic hit, it was the first thing to close.
Yeah.
It's been the last thing to open. But audiences are flocking to live theater. They're coming back because they want to feel that experience of being in a show that they are going to see tonight, and the next night it's going to be completely different.
Yeah, and you're there. You're part of it. When you're in the audience, you're
exactly.
What's next for Nick Cartel? I mean, what do you have? Have you got it planned out, or is it kind of serendipitous?
I will say that the thing about this industry is that there's no use in planning. I have dreams and aspirations and things that I would like to do, but for now, I'm excited for this album to come out. I'm excited to get this other part of me, this other voice that I have out for audiences to hear.
Yeah.
That's not Jean Valjean. And then I'm just excited to continue on this journey, of portraying this character. Luckily my family is in tow with me out on the road. My wife and my daughter are out on the road with me, and I'm so thankful to be able to continue that.
Yeah. Before we go,
the
kids at Wood Valley Theater, the kids at Chaparral High School, the kids at ASU, do you keep in touch with them? What do they think about all this?
It is one of those things where if I'm in town and I have the opportunity to do like a master class or something like that, they are, in some respects, they're awestruck, and I'm always like, I'm just me. I was you when I was in school.
Yes.
I was the person that would wait at the stage door. And so that's why anytime that I can give back to the community, anytime that I can give back to the folks that help to make me who I am, I always try to do that.
Well, congratulations on all your success. Nick Cartel, again, ASU Cur tomorrow night and Saturday night.
That's right.
And continued success. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.